Hello, everybody. This is John Paval with an Access Arts live stream update for Friday the 13th, 2026. In spite of the fact that I'm highly superstitious about this date, it was my mother's lucky number. She always said the number 13. And there's so much going on today that I felt we really should jump in and not just give you a photo and a list, but talk to you about all of the live streams that are happening today. We've got chamber music in Ukraine, in New York City, in San Francisco. We have orchestras from Moscow to Helsinki to Frankfurt to Boston and more. So it's a really, really full day today. And as soon as I pull up my proper notes, which I have managed not to have up on my screen, I will be able to proceed to tell you about them. In the meantime, let me remind you, if you like this kind of programming, do yourself a favor. Follow and or subscribe to Access Arts Live for more than 1,000 live links to live performances every year. We're on Facebook, YouTube, X, TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and LinkedIn, although we'd most like you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube to help us build up our algorithm. I want to say hello to all of those, our new followers. We are now up to almost 18,000 followers, and we have followers from New Zealand to Indonesia to Egypt to everywhere else in the world. So we're very happy about this burgeoning population that we have. And now let me get to what we have coming for you today. First up, at 7 o'clock in the evening, European time, Ekaterina Spirkina, a Moscow conservatory organist, and the Moscow Regional Philharmonic will be performing and live streaming for you via the Art Bene live stream channel, the two Four Seasons. That is Vivaldi's Four Seasons, about conveying the essence of what the Four Seasons are, and Piazzola's Four Seasons, which are about the Four Seasons very specifically in Buenos Aires. So that's 7 o'clock in the evening, 1 o'clock in Europe, 1 o'clock on the East Coast, 10 o'clock in the morning on the West Coast, 9 o'clock in Moscow. I don't know if I have my times all squared away correctly. No, I certainly do not. So let me give you the next of the evening's concerts here in Europe, which will be at 6 o'clock in the evening, European time, noon on the East Coast, 9 in the morning on the West Coast. Harpsichordist Tymish Melnyk, a young Ukrainian up-and-coming keyboardist, will be playing 18th and 21st century harpsichord music. He's a graduate, I believe by now, of the Tchaikovsky National Academy of Music. It's on the Vera Music Fund YouTube channel. They're devoted exclusively to promoting up-and-coming Ukrainian musicians. He'll be playing Bach and Scarlatti and Azzolino Bernardino della Chiaia, but also Oleksiy Shmurok. Then, next up, I'm giving you all the chamber music stuff first. Okay, next up, at 7:30 in the evening, New York City time, 4:30 on the West Coast, 1:30 in the morning here in Europe, 11:30 tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, down under in Australia. 92NY is live streaming Third Coast Percussion and Friends in a concert called Strum, Strike, and Bend. Third Coast Percussion is a Grammy Award-winning percussion group. Bear in mind, percussion's not just things you bang on. It also includes things like marimbas and xylophones, so it's musical as well. They'll be joined by violinist Simone Porter, who's stepping in for violinist composer Jesse Montgomery, who I who was not able to do the concert, and Jlin, who was a Pulitzer Prize finalist for an earlier collaboration, which he did with Third Coast Percussion. They'll be doing 3 world premieres by Jlin, 2 of which were commissioned by 92NY for this occasion. They'll be doing a piece by Jessie Montgomery called Lady Justice, Black Justice, the Song, which she composed for Third Coast Percussion to play, and so they're going to play it. Then Simone Power will join them for playing Lou Harrison's Concerto for Violin with Percussion Orchestra, and more. Okay, and then we have one more chamber music offering for you from Old First Concerts out in San Francisco. The Old First Concert San Francisco is going to be live streaming the 6th Station Trio. That's Caitlin Tan on the piano, Anju Goto on the violin, and Federico Strand Ramirez on the cello. All 3 of them are San Francisco Conservatory alums working in the Bay Area, as we call the San Francisco Bay Area, in various capacities with ballet and opera companies and such. And Anju Goto also went to Thornton down at USC, and Ramirez went to the Mannes School in New York City. They have a great fondness for the music of Studio Ghibli. Their debut concert a couple of years ago at Grace Cathedral, they were playing music by Studio Ghibli. It's a Japanese animation studio, and they will be playing the music from Studio Ghibli's 2004 classic animation film, Howl's Moving Castle. Check it out. Okay, so that's what we have for you in terms of chamber music all over the map today. And all of those are free of charge except 92NY charges $25 per stream. They don't give it away at 92NY. Then you have 3 different symphonies today. All of them are quality live streams, one after the other. The first will be at 6 o'clock in the evening European time, which is noon on the East Coast. Second will be at 8 o'clock in the evening European time, which is 2 o'clock in the afternoon on the East Coast. And the third will be at 8 in the evening on the East Coast, which is 2 o'clock in the morning here in Europe. How about that? To begin with, would you like to hear one of the best performances of Tchaikovsky's violin concerto ever? You might in this first concert. Hanna Lintu will be leading the Helsinki Phil in music by Tchaikovsky and Zinoviev. She's the chief conductor at Gulbenkian in Portugal, so is regularly live streaming there because they live stream. But she's with the Helsinki Phil. She's Finnish herself. They'll start out with Tchaikovsky's Voyevoda, Opus 78. They'll finish with contemporary composer Sauli Zinoviev's Taste of Metal. But the one in between the Tchaikovsky pieces is one that's interesting because it's played by this young rising star Swedish violinist Daniel Lozakovich. He's only 25 years old, but he already has recorded 5 albums with Deutsche Grammophon. Deutsche Grammophon, I tell you, they go out and beat the bushes and find these top musicians when they're young. They did that with the Houston brothers too, whom I think I'll be mentioning in a moment. Anyway, his second album, None But the Lonely Heart, includes this violin concerto in D major, Opus 35 by Tchaikovsky. And Mark Pullinger from Gramophone magazine, magazine was reviewing all of the recordings of this concerto for the last 70 years, and he says that Lozakovich's is the best in the last 70 years. It's got to be good. So that's at 6 o'clock. He was also, you might have seen him on television because he was in the big performance for the reopening of Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris with Gustavo Dudamel and the Radio France Orchestra playing last year. Okay. Or maybe instead of that, you want to hear the superstar piano duo, the Houston brothers. At 8 o'clock in the evening European time, 2 o'clock on the East Coast, 11 in the morning on the West Coast, the Frankfurt Radio Symphony, conducted by Oscar Jockel, will be performing, among other things, with the Lucas and Arthur Houston, these terrific brothers who are they're very talented, but they're also showmen. And they'll be playing Schubert's Fantasy in F minor for piano with four hands. They'll be playing Benjamin Britten's Scottish ballad for two pianos and orchestra. And then Jokel will continue. He's going to be conducting one of his own compositions, Asche ist Weiß, and then Debussy's Je, and Scriabin's Le Poème de l'Extase, the poem of ecstasy. I mean, come on. Jokel's a former assistant for a couple of years to Kirill Petrenko at the Berlin Phil, and also for a couple of years at the Ensemble Intercontemporain in Paris. And these are two concerts right in a row, which would be great. And then finally, hours later at 8 o'clock in the evening in Boston, 5 o'clock in the evening on the West Coast, and 2 o'clock in the morning here in Europe, noon down under in Australia, Saturday. The Boston Phil, under their legendary conductor Benjamin Zander, who created the Boston Phil, I think it was back in the 70s or something, he's been with it ever since. They'll be doing Mozart's Piano Concerto number 20, Kershaw 466 in D minor. How's that for correct introduction? And Bruckner's Symphony number 7. But let's talk about the Mozart, because I'm more interested in that. It's being played by Christian Bezuidenhout, who's South African, who got his initial training in Australia and then finished up at the Eastman School in New York. So he's moved around. He's recorded over 30 albums, mostly for Harmonia Mundi, including the complete keyboard music of Mozart. So including this Mozart Piano Concerto. And for that recording, he won awards. He won the Diapason d'Or de l'Année, the gold medal of the year from Diapason d'Or. He won the Jahrespreis der Deutschen Schallplattenkritik. I love saying that. That's the German record critics group, and the Cecilia Prize. I'm telling you, folks, what a lineup! All in one day, all of them free of charge except the one. 92 NY, but that's a real fireworks. If you want to hear very contemporary now music, well, it may be worth 25 euros to you. So, folks, I hope you enjoy these. I hope that one, some, more, or any of these live streams uplifts you, inspires you, or just shows you a heck of a good time. It may cost $25, but I tell you, that thing with the Third Coast Percussion Group, that's going to be wild. I mean, they're going to blow the roof off. But also the Houston brothers, and then these and a violinist and a pianist, both of whom received awards for recording what they're going to be playing for you in these concerts. I don't know how you say no to that. I don't know how you don't just crank up the computer, put on your earphones or something, or the loudspeakers, and just enjoy this. Anyway, I'll say ciao for now, and have a great Friday the 13th. Thanks so much for tuning in at all. We love it when you do that. Yes, and so let me clean this up at the very end so you have something to see, like a little ad, and I'll say ciao for now.